Testing 1, 2, 3, guys. Testing 1, 2, 3. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Vencabot. Old school comics, the Blue Beetle action. My name is David. Guys, on this channel, we've done a lot of cool stuff here that's very retro. We've done Pizza the Movie, of course. We've gone further and further back in time with that. Watching some silent films recently. We've done, of course, old school cartoons. And now we're doing some old school comics here. Now, I'm not really a comic book guy. Never really have been. I read a lot of Sonic comics as a kid, but not really like superhero comics that much. But I've been watching some pretty cool YouTube channels, guys. Check them out. Comic Tropes on YouTube, as well as Casually Comics. And through those channels, I've gotten kind of interested in reading more comics. And these are public domain. They're so old now that they are that no one owns them. So we can read them here on stream and not have to worry about getting copyright struck anywhere. The Blue Beetle, as I understand it, is a character that was very influential in his time back in the 30s. Kind of inspired a lot of kind of detective sort of superheroes. And right now he's owned in the DC Comics canon, I believe. But these old school comics are still in the public domain, as well as I guess the original characters are in public domain. I guess the new Blue Beetle is his own separate character, aside from this guy, that is owned by DC now. Kind of interesting. Anyway, this is the Blue Beetle. I guess this was in Mystery Men comics. I'm not really that caught up on the history of Blue Beetle. I went to comicbooksplus.com, pretty cool site for public domain comics, and found a huge compilation of all of his comics, and they kind of moved from publisher to publisher in different continuities as well. This is his first ever appearance, I guess. Shout out to, what was the guy's handle that uploaded this? Mr. Golden Age. Mr. Golden Age was the guy that uploaded these. Shout out to him. Really, really cool scans we have here. I had some new software installed to try and see if we can read along with this and have it be like something we do on the stream together. This is the Blue Beetle by Charles Nicholas, huh? Blue Beetle, Mac, we're in there. Apple's going to be eating some turkey avocado sandwiches, side of cherries. There's 3 of them, huh? Oh, this one is Dan Garrett's apples. You know about the Blue Beetle? You big stinking dork. Let's have a look at this page we have here. Okay. Artwork is godlike. Again, this goes back to the 30s. Let's see what else going on here. The Blue Beetle by Charles Nicholas. Daily Star, Mr. Vander and daughter and John Brandy, his secretary, kidnapped. Okay. While Dan Garrett was patrolling his beat, a car with the muzzle of a machine gun protruding from a window suddenly swooped down on him. Dan dropped to the sidewalk and fired at the automobile. Bang, bang! Oh! We got here. That's swerving. Dan Garrett feels pain shoot up his left arm. Heedless of his wound, he goes to the fallen man. I wonder who fell out of that car. You can get a haircut 35 cents and a shave 15 cents. Let's go. It's Mr. Vander, the banker who was kidnapped. Take it easy, old man. Don't try to say anything just yet. It was the Whiteface gang. Oh my God. At the sergeant's office. Mr. Vander died at 10 p.m., Dan, but there is still his daughter and his secretary, John Brandy's, being held. Are there any clues? Only the car that they ditched. We haven't examined it yet, Dan. That arm of yours needs rest. Take the rest of the day off. Later, Dan Garrett, dressed in civilian clothes, looks over the gangster's car. The number was filed off, as usual. He puts a drop of specially prepared chemical on the filed-off surface. In a few minutes, the numbers will appear. Okay, that's a little window in a window there. And later at headquarters, the car belongs to Mike Ravani, a garage owner. Okay, we're kind of, there's some text here, it's so blurry you can't even read it. Let's see, it's something in the old something. So these are scans, guys. They're scans from someone's collection from the 30s. So I'm glad they look this good even. But yeah, some of it's a little bit blurry. The next one kills Batman. Come on, Apple, don't spoil stuff for us here. Mac reads too much manga. I was trying to read left or right to left, yeah. The follower sub-goal banner is covering some of the page. I know. Is that annoying? Kind of frustrating. Why, hello, Dan. Hello, Abe. I'm going to the back room. This is an old friend, huh? A light flickers for several minutes and then dies out. A figure emerges and drives away in the high-powered car. In another part of the city, on the top floor of a dirty garage, the banker's daughter is being tortured. Fucking tortured? Be sensible now, Be sensible now, girlie. Better tell us the combination or you'll get burned. Oh, fuck. They're gonna burn her? Suddenly, one of the thugs stops in his tracks, his eyes wide with terror. Blue Beetle! That's, I guess, the Blue Beetle on the desk there. Look! The Blue Beetle! What do you want, Blue Beetle? Oh, cool. Is this a cool little suit on? Let's see here. Look at this fucking mask. It won't be necessary to torture that girl any longer. I know the combination of the bank vault, and if you give me 40% of the take, I'll tell you. Oh, what the fuck? He's working with the bad guys? How do I know I can trust you? You'll have to take the chance. Well, do you want to play ball? Then the telephone rings, and the leader picks it up. Yeah, but who is this? All right, Blue Beetle, it's a deal. Let's have the vault who called them? Let's have the vault combination. Someone on the phone told him to accept the deal, I guess, huh? It's 2 left, 1 right, then 3 left, and 4 complete turns. Oh, guys. That deletes part of the VOD. You don't want to get this guy's combination on stream. That checks up with the information I just received. But you're coming with us, just in case it's a double cross. Try and lose me, he thinks to himself. So he's going to follow them, I guess. Left alone for a moment, the Blue Beetle takes out a small instrument which he invented. Oh, he's an inventor. Hello, police headquarters. What? The Blue Beetle wireless phone? He has a celly? It's supposed to celly in the 30s. It's just the handle part of it, because you talk like this in those old days, like the old school phones. So you take it out. That's fucking crazy. I'm gonna lower the volume just a smidge here on the music. Try right around there. At the police station. What? The Blue Beetle? At the National Bank at 12 tonight? But hey, wait a minute. Meanwhile, the gangsters arrive at the bank. Okay, boys, you have your orders. The gangsters enter the bank, the yawning muzzles of their machine guns hungrily sweeping the interior. Raise them high. Cut the alarm system, boss. The Blue Beetle double-crossed us. Grab him. Oh, here it says here that the leader twirls the dials. Oh, doesn't have the combination? What? Okay, fuck that Blue Beetle, dude. Grab that boy. Oh, shit. The Blue Beetle acts quickly. Sock. Let's zoom in on that, guys. Look at the action here. That guy's getting hella socked. As the gangsters surround him, the Blue Beetle hurls a capsule. It's gas! And then makes for his powerful car. One side, please. Shoves him. Godlike. After him, that's the Blue Beetle's car. Driving away. Take his mask off, Donald. If it wasn't for the Blue Beetle, you wouldn't have caught us. I can't see. I'm blinded from the gas. Don't shoot, coppers. We give up. Why, it's John Brandy's, Mr. Vander's secretary, that son of a bitch. He faked getting kidnapped. Oh my god. Later in Abe's drugstore. Abe, if you hadn't called the Whiteface at that time, my plan would have failed. You're a brave boy, Dan. Oh, so Whiteface knows. Oh no, I'm sorry, this is Abe. So Abe's like his Alfred. The Whiteface thought that someone was tipping him off, and when I gave him the same combination as you gave him over the phone, he believed that I was playing his game. Didn't bother trying to figure out who it was that called him? Okay. Walk straight. Blue Beetle again eludes police. Next morning, Dan is back in uniform patrolling his beat. You should have been there, Dan. Nearly got the Blue Beetle. I had him in my hands, but he got away, sure, and I gave him an awful scare. You did? Maybe you'll get him yet. Wow, okay, so this is pretty fun. So, he's not like a modern sort of a vigilante criminal, a vigilante superhero, right? Where he's wanted by the police, despite trying to stop the bad guys himself. He's trying to take the law into his own hands, basically. Sweet. The Blue Beetle. What the hell's happening here? Got a truck, like a bank truck getting blown up. Got a gang fight. We got some criminals, cops shooting at him. Holy shit. With guards standing by, an armored truck is being loaded with $80,000. The payrolls of several hundred poor, hardworking men who depend entirely on their families, on their week's pay to keep their families from starving. Suddenly, the quiet scenes change into a deafening confusion. Dan Garrett, a young policeman, dons the clothes of the Blue Beetle to rid the city of the worst criminals it has ever seen. Jesus, they're robbing the bank. Robbing it during the time they're transferring the money over. What's up, Ryan? We've gone to color movies, to black and white movies, to no sound movies, to comic books, huh? Next will be Egyptian hieroglyphics. I'd not complain, huh? You guys want to see a hieroglyphic stream? We can do that. Hurry up, you guys! Quickly and expertly, the money's transferred to the gangster's car. Nice moves, nice moves. The thugs, Otto pulls away from the scene of murder. A moment later, a high-powered car leaves its hiding place and follows. So that must be Blue Beetle's car, huh? A quote-unquote high-powered car. Oh, so Abe is his mechanic. That's why he knows about the Blue Beetle. Helps him with his car. I gotcha. Suddenly, the jubilant faces of the robbers are filled with terror when they see something on the windshield. The Blue Beetle! The Blue Beetle's car forces the other car to stop, and the gangsters jump out. Bastards. These fucking criminals, dude. Let's have a peek at what happens next. Whoa! Too fucking clean. He had to do it to him. He had to do it to him. I was watching a translation stream, but I'm a nerd, huh? Think I can learn hieroglyphics, guys? Maybe not. Should I turn the face cam off? So you guys can see more of the comic? Let's see here. If I did this. Let's get rid of the goals bar as well. Here, let me do it like this. Like, boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Like that. Now he's at the chat room, huh? Have fun picking your nose. I wouldn't do that, dicks, ever. I'd never pick my nose on stream. Them Art Deco style cars, yeah, the classics. The Blue Beetle goes into action. Sock! Look at this guy's fucking moves. Look at the fucking moves. Also, last time he didn't have like a regular suit on. Now he's wearing like some kind of superhero costume. One gangster manages to grab the powerful and elusive foe of the underworld. Hit him, Jake. Now knock him across the street. Wham! Hey, you hit Blackie. The Blue Beetle evades the terrific blow. Nice moves, dude. He got grabbed, but just kind of got free there. Look at his goofy outfit. That's actually godlike. The leader of the thugs knocks him unconscious with the butt of his gun. Blop! Wow, that was pretty fast. Absolutely, he's naked, huh? You think I'm naked right now? Maybe I am. Throw him into the car and let's go. Just kill him! In their hideout, the gangsters are counting the money which they had stolen. 80 grand. A neat 5 minutes work. Let's celebrate. Then I'll take care of the Blue Beetle. As they leave, a bill flutters to the floor. Unnoticed by the thugs, the Blue Beetle struggles to it and grasps it. With the money, he hobbles to a nearby window. Hope they don't come in now. He's gonna escape. That's fucking godlike. He slips the bill under the slightly opened window. Below, a newspaper boy notices it. Gee, a $20 bill. And takes it to the policeman. What? This is such a coincidence. I found it near this building, Mr. Manigan. Sure, and I'd like to see it, Tim. By golly, it's one of the marked bills from that bank robbery this morning. Faith, I'd better call headquarters and tell them to search this building. Wow. Let's have a look at this guy. Wow. I was a little bit too far, huh? Just wow. That's amazing. Thank you for the follow. I'm sorry. That's a follow from DKN Cynosis. Welcome aboard. At police headquarters, send a flying squad to 107 Perch Street. Immediate flying squad. Right, Chief. I wonder if flying means something different these days, huh? Maybe flying doesn't mean like literally flying. It's some kind of slang. Zoom out a little bit here, shall we? Soon, police cars roar through the streets toward the gangsters' hideout. Oh, this fucking guy's got a motorbike there, huh? A little sidecar, even. It's like 100 bones in today's money, yeah, a $20 bill there. Meanwhile, the head of the bank thieves decides to do away with the Blue Beetle. Finish him off now, boss. We gotta get out of town. You'll never get the chance. Suddenly, the thugs hear police sirens. Panic-stricken, they run to the door. Cops, let's scram! Ow! So, looks like Blue Beetle has some sick moves here. Gotta give me the money, see? The ringleader leaps to a closet, grasping a ring attached to the floor of the closet. He lifts a trap door. So the fools left me, eh? Well, the police'll not get me. I'm taking the money for myself. God damn it, Katie fucking called it. Part of my grand scheme. Wow. Katie knows the tricks, dude. He knows all the tricks. The old school gangster tricks. The Blue Beetle cuts his bonds with a knife, which the gangsters had dropped. Picking up a chair, he hurls it at the window. Crash! Jesus, this is really action-packed. In the basement, the leader of the bank thieves drives out a secret door. I missed a chance to kill the Blue Beetle, but on 80 grand, I'll live like a king. As the gloating thug drives out, the Blue Beetle stands poised on the windowsill of the third story. It's my only chance to stop that fiend. Those foolish men of mine are probably caught by now, but not me. I got brains. Smash! Sometime later, Mannigan comes into the police office dragging the unconscious leader of the gangsters. Sure, and this is the last time. I found him lying near a hydrant. I think this is not the right word bubble there. I think we'll be talking to that's the police, right? In the home of Tim, the newspaper boy, whose alertness helped round up the gang and save the Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle? Gosh, he's wonderful. You should have seen what he did to that crook. And he gave me all this money. Wow. Just gave the kid much of the stolen money, huh? Makes sense to me. Next morning, Dan's on his beat. The police did a fine job. Too bad I wasn't there, Mannigan. Fucking Dan Garrett, dude. We all know you're the Blue Beetle, dude. Dan Garrett will again be with you in the next issue to play the something down there. The stirring role of the Blue Beetle. I have brains. Ha, ha. He had brains, dude, but they got punched into his fucking neck. Look at this shit. Just straight drop it on this dude. Then smash. Get fucking wrecked, boy. What's his origin story? Dad left a Victorian-era animal costume in the closet? We don't know yet, dude. All we know about him is he's Dan Garrett. We have to learn his backstory later. He's a cop that goes above the law. Hitting and kicking, Ryan. He saw a comic of the Tick and followed suit, huh? That could very well be. Okay, wow. Blue Beetle, oh my god. Let's look at this fucking kid's face, dude. Oh my god. It's kind of funny how her clothes have texture to them, like an actual pattern, despite the extremely low, like, quality of the print. Look at this kid, he's got like some weaving on his shirt too. That's pretty dope. Just getting some stolen money, no big deal. Here we go, guys. Issue number 3. The Blue Beetle. Much better logo this time. Whoa, we got thrown across the room there? What the fuck? By Charles Nicholas. Crash! Dan Garrett, an ordinary policeman by day, enters the role of the Blue Beetle to fight the spreading of the loan shark racket. In one of the prominent loan companies, a shabbily dressed man tells the agents that he cannot pay the amount of interest they ask him. The leader, in rage, seizes the frail man and throws him bodily against the wall. Jesus, this guy's got super strength, man. Nice detail in the clothes. I've not had a bedtime story in 20-something years, huh? Night, gents. Good night, Ryan. And gentresses. Have a good sleep, dude. But that's not fair. I borrowed only $50 and now you say I owe you $100? You didn't tell me that the interest would amount to that much. I can't pay. I'm gonna give you something that'll change your mind. He's unconscious, boss. Shall we dump him into the river? Yeah, it'll look like a suicide. And when you finish, I want you to call on Mr. Barnes. He's overdue, too. Later, 2 thugs approach Mr. Barnes. Ready to pay up, Barnes? I'm sorry, but I can't pay you now, gentlemen. Oh, yeah? Well, we'll fix that. Sock! Oh, my god. They are bodying this dude. Because he won't pay? Let's kill him so he can't pay. You gotta send a message, dude, to the next guy that doesn't want to pay you. They're fucking bodying this guy. They're wrecking him. Oh, man. Look at the fucking blackjack. The guy on the left has a blackjack. That's savage. Seeing that the police cannot get any damaging evidence against the racketeers, Garrett visits the loan office as John Blake. His other alias is here too. So this is what happens here. Basically, he's just a regular cop, but when he can't get the job done as a cop, he has to go beyond the law. That's dangerous, guys. It's a slippery slope. Apples get him in his knees. Come on, Apples. Do you want to be a fucking 1930s gangster now? They're killing the next guy right now, though, says Dix. He's probably gonna walk away. Maybe hurt, but he'll probably walk away this time. He can pay that way, says Apples. Fuck his knees up, but don't kill him. Ah, you understand all the terms, Mr. Blake. Good, then sign this paper, and you get your $100. Gladly. Oh, he's trying to borrow some money here. 2 weeks later, several burly men accost Dan and question his failure to pay the interest on his loan. But I haven't the money. I didn't know that I'd have to pay $200. There were 2 other guys who couldn't pay, and now they're pushing up daisies. As the gangsters are about to attack Dan, he swings into action. Sock! Whoa! Look at that fucking DP. Look at the swinging motion there in his arm. He looked him right off his feet. That guy's airborne. Hit the guy behind him too somehow. He's got that fucking chi blast. If they're all dead, then they don't need to worry about collecting money, says Neon. Saving them a little bit of trouble there. They literally said the other guy, that they killed the other guy too. Yeah, they killed them both, I guess. They're both dead now. Dan fights like a wildcat, and the gangsters soon learn that they picked on the wrong client. Wham! Look how far he's flying. Look at his shadow down there. Look at the judo moves. Oh, help, help, stop. Wow. These moves. Dan Garrett leaves his attackers sprawled on the streets, unconscious or badly beaten. Look, on your coat, the sign of the Blue Beetle. The gangsters return to their angry chief and explain the unfortunate meeting with the Blue Beetle. Oh, we're quitting. The Blue Beetle's on our trail. He's too much for us. Oh, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. You're staying right here. You forget. I have full signed confessions of what each of you has done. I can send you all to the chair. Suddenly, there's a tapping on the window. Who's that? Spike. See who's at the window. Okay. The gangsters are terrified when he sees something run along the window. The Blue Beetle! Uh-oh. They're literally making a killing from this business, huh? Wow. But you're right, though, they are. Suddenly, there's a terrific crash as a figure clad in blue comes hurtling through the window. Crash! Whoa! Some fucking Batman shit. Kicks that guy into that guy into that guy. Some, Arkham Asylum stuff. The crooks, recovering their courage, turn on the Blue Beetle and rush him like mad beasts. Yeah, it didn't work out that well. Slam! Wow, look at these moves. One of them picks up a chair and springs toward the Blue Beetle. Well, he's hitting that other guy on the ground here. Yoink! Thrusting out his powerful legs, the great foe of the underworld catches the onrushing thug in the stomach and hurls him through the air. Wow. Very nice artwork, honestly. I can actually follow the action pretty well. Jesus, cold clock that guy. Oh, look at him, he's like, I give up. The mob leader, seeing that he's the only one left, dashes frantically towards the door to escape the menacing Blue Beetle.
Let me get the fuck out of here.
Disposing of his last antagonist, the Blue Beetle turns on the frightened gang leader and with a flying tackle brings him down. You got your signals mixed up, you rat. Oh, man. Meanwhile, the commissioner calls the chief of police into his office. Burke, if nothing is done to clean up this racket soon, I'll have another man wearing your uniform understand.
Yes, sir, I'll do my best.
Fuck, I was getting bodied. As the despondent police chief opens the door, he is startled to see a group of thugs roped tightly with a note pinned on the foremost one. Great Scott, it's the very men I've been trying to get evidence on. Here's a full signed confession of each man and the sign of the Blue Beetle at the bottom. I'll have my kids say a little something for the Blue Beetle in their prayers tonight, Commissioner. Sure, I think I'll catch the Blue Beetle yet. I'm getting on to his tricks, Dan. Oh, I'm sorry, this is talking to Dan now. We're skipping forward. Really? Keep trying. Wow, that's how they always end. See the next issue of Mystery Men Comics, on sale about the 15th of each month when the Blue Beetle goes on a new thrilling and action-filled adventure with you. That's great. These are great. Really cool colors. Fun little story there. And again, for a pre-Batman world, so far before Batman, some very familiar tropes here. Zorro, the Blue Beetle. Batman is definitely not an original character, huh? He's a fucking OC do not steal is what he is. It's like a fucking Zorro fanfiction. Biddy buddy biddy boop. Okay. That was issue 3, I think. Different logos every time, huh? Blue Beetle by Charles Nicholas. Well, it's the same writer every time. Maybe you can get a mic filter that'll sound like you're older when you speak, huh? Like you're in the talkies. Yeah, that'd be fun. I could do that. All you gotta do is lower the mid frequencies, I think, or is it the high and low frequencies you gotta clip off? Probably the latter. If I had an EQ, I could make it work, huh? Okay, so what's going on here in this scene? We've got a kid hit by a car. Oh no! This one's called Protection Insurance for Newsboys. Okay. The green light flashes. A newspaper boy starts to cross the street. A powerful car suddenly lurches onto the curb and descends on the terrified youth. The car sends the boy sprawling on the pavement. As quickly as the auto appears, it disappears into the heavy traffic. Fuck, a hit and run. Put a sock on your mic or in your mouth, says Apples, huh? Don't tempt me, guys. Oh no, this kid. He got wrecked. Dan Garrett gathers the boy in his arms and rushes him to the hospital. Later, as the youth is convalescing, the young policeman visits him. Gee, Dan, I'm glad you came. I've got something to tell you. Okay, young feller, let's hear it. Several days ago, 2 men came to me while I was selling newspapers on my regular corner. One said that I should give them half my salary each week, or something might happen to me. I refused. Uh-oh. I think the same men drove that car that hit me. And you say that some friends of yours have been threatened also. Meanwhile, in a highly modernized office, a heavy-set man gloats over the evening paper. You guys ought to be more careful with your driving. You nearly killed a kid.
On our next job, we will. Those kids are pretty smart.
Fucking asshole kids. That guy must have been real disappointed with that day's paper, huh? Yeah, he fucking bodied him. Look at this guy. Look at his face in the upper left. He's looking pretty messed up. Well, if it's used and not from your feet. What are you talking about, Dix? I don't know if I use it on my hands. That evening, as the newsboy makes his way through the dark alley. Hello, little boy, you remember us? We came to collect some dough. I remember you all right. You're crooks and I won't pay you 1 cent. A tough kid, eh? I'll give him some chloroform. Suddenly, the Blue Beetle. That was his fucking call sign, dude. Or his thing. That's his thing, so people know he's coming. That's a very good idea. Blup. Hello, rats. Can I get on this little business deal of yours? Yeah, sure. Let's get our heads together on this. We can make a lot of dough. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. I read in the wrong order. So this one goes left, then right, then back to left again. And they smash their heads together. Racketeering apples. Anything to help out the sanitation department. Wow, throw them in the fucking garbage bin. Here, young man, is a whistle for you, and I want you to give one to each of the other boys who were threatened. When you're in any danger, just blow it. Gee, thanks. Look at how fucking creepy it looks. Let's get a zoom in there. Zoom in and enhance. Oh my god. Zoom in and enhance. Oh my god. That's too godlike. Okay. So the kids have whistles now. So that's dope. Can I have a whistle too? Sure, and when those crooks come again, just blow the Blue Beetle whistle. Let them try and collect now. Bull Blackart calls several tough-looking men into his sumptuous office. I'm offering you guys $500 apiece to make some puny little newspaper boy protection, to make him pay in protection insurance. Sounds easy. There are 4 kids in this neighborhood who need a little persuasion, now do a good job. On a lonely street corner, thugs come upon one of the newsboys. I'm gonna push in your fresh face. Make it snappy, Red. Oh my god. They're children, bro. They're children. Quickly, the boy pulls out his Blue Beetle whistle and makes a weird sound. Suddenly, a figure in blue comes hurtling upon one of the thugs with a sickening thud. Yeah, this guy's fucking ready, dude, on their fucking rooftops. One of the gangsters draws a gun. I'll get him. Oh my god. Whoa, look at that move! Tackles his legs. That's fucking godlike. Dicks, when I get famous, dude, I'm bringing you guys all with me. We're gonna all be mad famous. Man, selling papers must have been hella lucrative back then if he's offering those guys $500 a piece to try to get half a paperboy's salary. Dude. It's the fucking, it's not the money, it's the principle, Brian. We can't be having a paperboy not paying his fucking protection money. That means that, who's gonna be next? The grocery store owner? The fucking speakeasy owner? Everybody in town pays the fucking protection racket. Or they get fucking bodied. Good night, Neon. My eyelids are too heavy. Have a good rest, dude. Glad you could stay. Glad your wife stayed up too. You guys are fucking really strong in Mario Kart, dude. Sleep well. Picking up the gangster who had tried to kill him, the Blue Beetle hurls him at an onrushing thug. Wow. Man, really cool artwork. It's like I'm fucking watching Batman Arkham Asylum. Same sort of thing happening here. Like a fucking huge brawl. Maybe he should just kill everyone like the other guy did, huh? Maybe. How'd you like this? Wham. Help! The battered thugs returned to Blackheart for their pay envelopes, which the Blue Beetle had emptied. Here's your dough. I'm gonna get some guys who won't be licked by one guy. Ridiculous. As one gangster opens his pay envelope, the Blue Beetle. I'm leaving for Canada. He won't get me. I'm sailing for China.
I'm going back to Paris.
Wow. That's actually godlike. Just like Asylum says, Dix, it looks goofy AF. Fun AF. Suddenly, the door bursts open and the police pour in. They shot him in his fucking hand! They shot the gun out of his hand. Bang! Oh! Sure, and you're going to jail. Next day. Me, the Blue Beetle got away again. Sitting on the fucking wet paint fucking bench. Wow, what a god. Poor old man again. But be careful, Dan, for in your next adventure, you will get quite a surprise. Uh-oh. Good games, guys. Just sit on the fucking wet paint bench. That's gonna be very unfortunate. Oh, a trap for the Blue Beetle. Oh, shit. I'm gonna get the Blue Beetle. That's the trap, huh? Brilliant idea, dude. Really cool details here. Like that little radio that I have. Godlike. When the Blue Beetle sees the ad in his paper asking for his aid in a matter of life and death, he'll walk right into our hands. They're gonna print it in the newspaper. Wow, genius. Meanwhile, in the back room of a drugstore, Dan Garrett, an ordinary policeman, scans the evening paper. Looks like the Blue Beetle has another job tonight. I think you ought to go disguised, Dan. It's less dangerous. The guy, Abe. Soon, Dr. Franz's nimble fingers are altering Dan's youthful appearance. So I guess he has a few different guys help him out, huh? Abe, this guy, Dr. Franz. Am I missing skins? I don't believe so, Apples, but how do I know? This was uploaded as a complete collection. Say, I'm beginning to look older already. A few minutes later, wow, look at it, he looks fucking mad old. That's a swell job you did, Dr. Franz. I can't recognize myself. Wow, he's looking a little bit messed up too. But also really, really godlike. Let's get a zoom in here on his face. It's pretty cool. We started on 3, though. Start what, issue 3? Let me zoom in a little bit here. There we go. Did you have the Mystery Men scan? No, it's only just the Blue Beetle parts of it, Apple. That might be why I started on 3. As I understand it, this is the Mystery Men scan, which means that they're part of a bigger magazine. So that could be why we started on page 3, because we're only doing the Blue Beetle stuff. This is Blue Beetle, huh? Can you direct me to 107 Spruce Street? Sure, just follow me, I'll show you. As Dan enters the building, he is stopped by 2 thugs armed with machine guns. Stand still. The boss wants to see you, Blue Beetle? Ha, ha, ha. Whoa! The grip! Wow. Can I get some fucking grabs in the chat, please? Some grab hands? Look at that. That guy's fucking dead. He's gonna fucking bye to this guy. Suddenly, the old man discards his clothes and goes into action as the Blue Beetle, destroyer of crime. Oh, wow, he's after me! Drop his gun in shock. As the gangsters tries to escape, the other thug comes hurtling upon him. Crash. That's what I'm saying, bro. These fucking gribs, dude. The Beetle gribs? Oh my god. Let's stick his little thing on his belt there. Meanwhile, Dix is walking the sidelines. Hey! That's a karate chop. How about that? Then all is quiet, and a panel slowly opens in the wall. I'm gonna go see what's in there. In an instant, a steel cage comes crashing down. Trapped. It's got like a fucking mousetrap, dude. It's a game of zany action, a crazy contraption. The fun is trapping its mousetrap. Mousetrap. Sometime later, the Blue Beetle finds himself in a strong cell. They're gone now. It's lucky I'm prepared for things like this. Oh, utility belt. The Blue Beetle opens a secret compartment in his belt and removes a bunch of master keys. Wow. Wow. Meanwhile, the desperados stop at a lonely gas station. Hurry up, you guys.
Don't move.
Come on, put in all the dough. As the gangsters ride away, boom! What the fuck? They blew up the fucking gas station after robbing it?
There, that finishes them.
Step on it.
You smart, boss. Very smart. Ha ha ha.
With the Blue Beetle out of the way, we can run the city. The gangsters file into their hideout, and the leader speaks.
After I tell him my plans, I'll bump him off.
Suddenly, the head thug lets out a frightful scream.
He's gone!
Oh my god. He's on the fire escape! As the Blue Beetle emerges from an alleyway, Mannigan, his cop friend, wow, they misspelled friend, who's on special duty, chances to pass by. The Blue Beetle! And brings down his club, but the Blue Beetle's male costume dulls the blow, and he pretends to be unconscious. By golly, I got you at last! Mannigan thinks he's knocked me out. I'll see who you be, Blue Beetle. Whacked him. Wow, smacked him, dude. Open hand style. I hate to do this to a swell guy like Mannigan, but can't get demasked. The Blue Beetle calls out to the thugs who are searching for him. Here I am, you big lugs.
Get him, you guys. I'll follow you.
Dix can't love my voice, Apples, as much as I love Dix's voice. Well, get him.
You can't get away from us, boss.
But the Blue Beetle climbs a fire escape and awaits the oncoming thugs. Here they come.
Hey, where'd he go now?
Suddenly, a ladder falls over the heads of the four gangsters. Oof. Meow. Wow, you fucking wrecked. How do you boys like my special rat trap?
Aw, nuts.
Aw, crime just don't pay with you around.
Mannigan regains consciousness and finds a key at his feet. I better phone headquarters, by gosh. Soon, a patrol wagon arrives.
Step lively, you mugs.
By golly, Dan, I bet the Blue Beetle got a big bump on his head from the blow I gave him. Back on his beat, Dan meets Mannigan. You're telling me, but, where'd you get the shiner? Wow. Got punched by Blue Beetle. That's hilarious. Got a big black eye. Hey, kids, be sure to get the next issue of Mystery Men Comics. Wow. I wonder if there were other noteworthy strips happening in Mystery Men Comics at this time. Or just the Blue Beetle. These are pretty godlike. Hey, it's the Carnival this time. The Blue Beetle by Charles Nicholas again. So we got the same author for all of them so far. The carnival around the corner. He has just closed for the night. Two thugs walk toward John Doerr's tent, bent on introducing him to use their crooked slot machines. Oh, so they're going to try and force him to have these slot machines at their carnival. Okay. Finally, they arrive at the central tent, where the manager is preparing for bed. He's preparing for bed in the main tent. Well, you again.
I'm giving you your last warning. Either you let us put our slot machines in this place, or else.
Or else nothing, you rat. Bam! Got him. And the next time you come, I'll put some slots in that dirty face of yours. Whoa! This guy's fucking serious, but you don't get to run a carnival by being a fucking pansy. That's for damn sure. Wow. Giving two patrolmen a vacation, the police chief summons Dan Garrett and Mike Manigan. I'm putting you two on patrol duty at the carnival. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The next day, the two policemen are patrolling their new beat.
Step right up, folks.
Sure, and I was the best pitcher for the Brooklyn Muddins in me youth, Dan. Yeah? Let's try that baseball contest. Gotta expose this dude. Okay, Mike, let's see what you can do. Take it easy. Sure, and here's a strike. Whoa! Almost as a fucking guy running the place. That's hilarious. I knocked his hat off. I think we ought to try the merry-go-round. Suddenly, the two officers are startled by a terrific noise. Crash! What's that? Dan Garrett and Manigan quickly arrive at the scene of the crash. Hurry, Mike, come here. Right with you, Dan. The only reason I like listening to his voice is because it drowns out the shit background music, dude. It's definitely not the most contemporary of tunes. In a few minutes, Dan Garrett and his fellow officer have everything under control. I'll call a doctor. You must be hurt pretty bad. No, I'm all right. Never mind. It was just an accident, nothing at all. You can go now. Thanks for your help. All right, if you say so. I'll be back as the Blue Beetle, dude. He doesn't trust this guy. Late that night, in the back room of a drugstore, Dan Garrett prepares for the role of the Blue Beetle. It's not exactly the Batcave, is it? He's just in the back room of a drugstore. That man acted very peculiar. I have a feeling something's wrong. Here are your wireless phone and belt, Dan. Still his wireless phone, huh? This amazing cell phone he carries with him. That's so godlike. I think Von Huger has a hand in this. He's always around where there's a carnival. He's got a reputation of the guy trying to shill his fucking slot machines at these carnivals. Several minutes later, the Blue Beetle arrives at the carnival. Looks like I'm just in time. Inside, two gangsters are trying to persuade John Doerr, the manager of the fair.
So a little accident didn't change your mind? Well, this will suck.
Suddenly, the Blue Beetle! Uh-oh. How does he fucking get that little Blue Beetle to crawl where he wants to make it crawl? Help! Oh, it's like Batman. He's fucking pulled him through the fucking tent. That's godlike. The other thug cautiously looks out of the tent.
Hey, Blackie, where are you?
Right here, pal.
Bam!
Smack the fuck out of him. Minutes later, the thugs regain consciousness and quickly depart.
Come on, Blackie, let's scram.
Right behind you, Joe. The two gangsters arrive at an ordinary apartment house.
The door will open in a minute.
All right, come in, guys. After hearing of his henchman's unsuccessful mission, Von Huger goes into a blazing tirade.
You fool! This man isn't Blackie!
He's fucking cussing him out. Wait, what? Oh, it's fucking Blue Beetle in disguise? That's godlike. But where's Blackie?
Don't move, Blue Beetle. I have you covered.
So we meet again, Von Huger.
Yes, but this time I hold the ace. Take him into the execution chamber, Joe.
What? They have an execution chamber? That's sick. I'll be back for you, Huger. Later, the thug emerges with a smile of satisfaction on his face.
Well, that's the end of the Blue Beetle. Now about this manager of the carnival. I want you to bring Doerr here. When he sees the body of the Blue Beetle, he'll change his mind about our slot machines. Gee, you're so smart, boss.
That's what I'm saying, Brian. Just shoot him already. He's in the execution chamber, though. How are they gonna kill him there, do you think? Joe drives back to the carnival and at the point of a gun rouses the manager from deep slumber.
Come on, walk. Here he is, boss. I have a pleasant surprise for you, Doerr.
Meanwhile, the police chief gets a mysterious phone call. Oh, it's the police chief, huh? That was a Blue Beetle calling from 107 Perront Street. Get going, boys. Wasn't that the other fucking place? 107 something, right? What's up, Asmel? Welcome aboard, dude.
Nerds.
Dude, there's nothing nerdy about reading old comics from the 30s, dude. These are amazing. Look at this fucking artwork, dude. Look at this shit. Is that nerdy ass milk? Or is that fucking dope as hell? Let's see here. Meanwhile, in Von Huger's hideout.
Close the door after us, boss. We want to be alone. Ha ha.
Well, what's in this room? Is this the guy, right? The owner of the carnival. Which way do we read this now? I guess I'm gonna jump over here, I suppose, huh? Maybe? Several minutes pass. Huger grows impatient for his henchman's signal to open the door.
I wonder what's happening. What's keeping Joe?
As von Huger nears the little room, his gaze falls upon a powerful figure.
Yeah, a ghost. It's the Blue Beetle's ghost. Help.
Von Huger runs into the arms of the police, whom the Blue Beetle telephoned.
Take me to jail.
Wow, got him. The next morning, as Dan prepares to go to his new beat. The male costume saved me. Joe thought he killed me then, through my wireless phone, I called the police. What? I'm confused. The male costume saved me. Joe thought he killed me. Then, through my wireless phone, I called the police. This would be Dr. Franz, huh? And Huger's slot machine racket is at an end. Oh, the mail. Thank you, Dix. I'm sorry. Yeah, chain mail. Okay, I got you. He shot him, but didn't actually kill him. You know, Dan, I played left out for the Jersey Redbirds in my younger days. Yeah, left out of the game. Dan Garrett, the Blue Beetle, and Mike Manigan will be back again with you in the next issue of Mystery Men Comics, on sale the 15th of every month. That's just great. That's actually amazing. Yeah, who likes fucking Mike Manigan? He's fucking whack, dude. I don't care about seeing him in the next comic. What's happening here? The National Bank, guys, as usual, was got a thing of chemicals there? Oh, it's like a briefcase. Blue Beetle by Charles Nicholas again. A messenger carrying the payrolls of several hundred employees of a large textile factory is suddenly confronted by a figure wearing the Blue Beetle costume who hurls a tiny capsule containing tear gas at him. Okay. So the Blue Beetle's kidnapping this guy or what? Interesting. Mike Manigan, a jolly policeman and a close friend of Dan Garrett, is patrolling his beat when... By golly, someone's calling for help. Well, why is the Blue Beetle? And he's getting away. I'll stop him. Halt or I'll... Something there. In answer, the fleeing figure turns and opens fire. Manigan stumbles. Whoa, fuck. The Blue Beetle's shooting at him now. Fuck, he got away. Sure, and someday I'll get that Blue Beetle, and when I do, by golly. Fucking cussed him out, too. I feel kiss the Beetle. Oh, man, again? Wow, Dix. That's true, he always does, though. He always fails. Doesn't even realize he's his fucking best friend. In the back room of a drugstore, Dan Garrett is reading newspaper extra. Look, Dr. Franz, it says here that the Blue Beetle has gone on a large-scale crime campaign. But that's not true, Dan. You're the Blue Beetle, and your only aim is to fight crime. Then someone is engineering this robbery in such a way that the Blue Beetle is blamed for the crimes. Son of a gun. Use the fuck word, ass milk. Use the fuck word. There's a $50,000 gold shipment coming into the city tomorrow. It's enough to lure any gangster. Think I'll look into it. Meanwhile, in a richly furnished apartment on the quiet and serene side of the city.
Nice work, boys. 25 grand. Better than I expected.
It was easy, Mr. Groon. Very easy.
I have your next jobs all laid out. Like always, you'll pull your jobs at given times in different parts of the city. The police will get confused. The Blue Beetle will take all the blame for the robberies. It's gonna be great.
Down a long, winding road roars a truck. Though it looks like it isn't carrying anything very valuable, the Blue Beetle has learned that it's the truck transporting the $50,000 in gold. Very sneaky. They're stopping. I wonder what's the matter.
Who the fuck put that car in the road?
Nice looking car, too. Wow. Nice little detail there. The driver steps out of the truck. Just then he hears a rasped command.
Don't move or I'll fill you full of lead.
As the imposter goes to the back of the truck, he lets out a frightful scream.
Yow, a Blue Beetle. Oh my god.
That's right, pal. Bam! Got him. Oh, he's fleeing now. He's running away. Say, I'll follow him and maybe he'll take me to his hideout. These dummies. Typical dumb gangsters. His only thought to reach his hideout safely, the impersonator of the Blue Beetle does not notice a sleek blue car trailing him. Ash says, I wonder what happens, what someone new popping in would think of this, huh? What someone new popping in would think of this. What do you mean, Mass Milk? You mean on the stream? The Blue Beetle, disguised as a tramp, follows only a short distance behind Tony. Now to surprise him. Can you spare a match, bud?
Huh, why sure, yeah, sure.
Do you see this? Blop. Black White movies is Katie, 30s and 40s comic books. All kinds of old stuff, dude. Maybe I'm reincarnated, Katie. Like a new viewer, yeah. I don't know if this is super lame or super sick. A little bit of both, Ass Milk. A little bit of both. Later, the Blue Beetle, pretending to be Tony, enters Mr. Groon's suite. With a smile, he greets the perturbed leader. Hiya, boss.
What kept you, Tony?
Oh, I had a little engine trouble. Here's a box of the gold. The rest of the boxes are in my car.
I'll put this gold away.
You just press a panel and this bookcase opens, huh?
What's that? Say you aren't Tony. Your voice is different.
Yes, and so will my face be as soon as I remove this trick makeup. Wow. Got him! Got him. Now do you gentlemen know who I am?
He's the Blue Beetle. Grab him. Don't let him get away.
You look like some tough fellers. But I like 'em tough. Whoa! Spin to win? Is that the spin to win right there? Katie says here, I think if you're gonna comic book nerd it up, you may as well go all the way nerd, huh? Dick says, not like everybody's new would stop by anyways. Just chatting is for looking at tits, says Dix. Katie, come on, dude. Don't fucking talk shit about my tits, dude. I'm very self-conscious. I'm gonna spin to win. Got him. Now, where's their boss gone to? Oh, he's running. He's going down the stairs, looks like. Suddenly, the leader of the masqueraders is as startled by an immense shadow of a beetle slowly moving towards him along the wall of the long hallway.
Help! Help! He's after me!
He's fainted while just passed out from fear. What a goofball. Onto the lens of the searchlight, which the Blue Beetle is holding, is pasted a silhouette of a beetle. It's like a bat signal, but he carries it with him instead of being summoned by it. The Blue Beetle takes out his wireless telephone. Hello, police headquarters. This is the Blue Beetle calling. Minutes after the Blue Beetle has left, they burst into the room. Look, there are 3 Blue Beetles. And here's all their loot in the bookcase. It's all the evidence we need. The next day, Dan Garrett meets Mannigan. Mike is all smiles over his capture of the 3 Blue Beetles. Sure, and I caught 3 Blue Beetles, Dan. No kidding, Mike. 3 of them. Tisk, tisk. Follow the exciting adventures, the exciting fight against crime by the Blue Beetle in the next issue. Rest in peace, Ass Milk. Rest in peace. Wow, pretty cool. Like, really cool. I love how he has a wireless phone in the 30s. He has a cell phone he just carries with him. That's actually amazing. It's 2:15, guys. Let's read one more. And call it a night. Whoa, look at this one. So dramatic. The Blue Beetle.
Kaboom!
Look at the people running on the street. That's so cool. In little cars. The Blue Beetle, in reality, Dan Garrett, a policeman, makes a relentless fight against crime. A terrific explosion on the west side of the city breaks the silence of an otherwise quiet Monday morning. Glass, stones, and furniture fly in all directions. The earth trembles. Dan Garrett and his friend Mike Mannigan are patrolling their beat. Look, Mike, that building. Glory be. Soon the 2 policemen are in the midst of the confusion, aiding in every possible way. Easy, Mike. Goddamn, it's a fucking tragedy. All kinds of guys got wounded, probably. Several hours later. It's all over, Mike. Sure, and a sorry sight, Dan. Extra. Explosion Rock City. What am I looking at here? Is this some abstract art down here? Anybody know what that's supposed to be? Why does he have a huge newspaper behind him? Kaboom! Splish. Let me see what this thing KD linked is. Yes. 100% yes. Kaboom! Splish. The mayor is greatly disturbed by the dread news of the blast. Several people were killed and many injured. And as usual, they can't find the cause. Just then, a messenger boy brings a telegram.
Thank you, son.
John, it says here that I don't have the power plant shut off the supply of electricity to the city. Something terrible will happen.
But I'll do nothing of the sort. I'll call the G-men, sir.
Give him a call, dude. We got threats from supervillains now. There's quite a raise in stakes here. We're getting some actual supervillainy going on. The next day, in the basement of a hospital, a man attaches a queer object to the meter.
Ah, this'll do.
Several minutes later, he hurriedly climbs into a waiting auto.
Now the mayor will find out we weren't bluffing.
Ah, son of a gun. The bombs. Meanwhile, inside the operating room, a delicate operation is in progress.
More light, nurse.
The nurse reaches for the switch, and as she presses the button,
Kaboom! No!
yo, rest in peace, guys. Holy shit, he actually did it. That maniac. Moment of silence here, please, guys. Let me mute the music here for a second. Moment of silence. Okay. Rest in peace. That's what I'm saying, Brian. I got blown the fuck up. Jeez. Let's buy Venka a launch pad so we can add sound effects, huh? I've already got meaty stuff plugged in like crazy over here. In the back room of a drugstore, Dan Garrett and Dr. Franz discuss the latest news.
This is probably the work of some maniac. Plans to terrorize and rob the city, Dan.
And the reason he so anxiously wants the power plant shut down is so that he can easily rob the city when it has no electricity, The Blue Beetle has a big job tonight. These nutcases. Meanwhile, a car pulls up before the powerhouse. As two burly men get out, the watchman appears.
Everything's all set, boys. Come in.
Oh, the watchman's got their fucking back? That son of a bitch. Inside the huge plant.
Okay, boys, get going.
Suddenly, from behind a generator rises the ominous figure of the Blue Beetle.
Not so fast, bud.
Help! Oh, I got punched in the armpit. Oh, God.
I'll get him.
Stop squirming.
You got him, Joe.
Oh, he shot him.
Now we can finish our job.
Jeez. They were the bit apples. Rest in peace. Cases, is this Google? Please look up how to get rid of anal wards, huh?
Hello, Google, is this you?
Mike Mannigan's put on special duty to guard the mayor's son. When Irish eyes are smiling.
Don't move, copper.
What's that? Blop. Whoa! They are duking it out. They both got, one guy's got a blackjack, the other guy has a billy club. Nice. The kidnappers take the mayor's body, maybe? The mayor's boy to a nearby lake where a motorboat lies. Crossing the lake, they arrive at a small island and open a secret door. God dang, they are supervillains. Got an island hideout? Copper, guy, Mannigan's nothing but gold. Wow, Dix, but you are right. Mannigan's the best of us.
Ha ha. Not even the G-men can find this hideout.
The gangsters enter a spacious room. Their head called Boss X welcomes them and then issues orders.
Put that boy into that room.
Okay, Boss X.
Now the city's electrical supply is being discontinued. We can proceed at once as I have planned.
Son of a gun. Soon, Boss X's men begin ravaging the entire metropolis. Look, they turned the power off after all.
Step on it, Spike.
Killings, robberies, and explosions take place under the protecting cover of darkness. Just no power, criminal element going wild in the whole city. Meanwhile, in his cell, the Blue Beetle regains consciousness, and as he rises, just a flesh wound. Why, there's a boy here too. It's the mayor's son, Tom.
I know you. You're the Blue Beetle.
That's right, Tom. I want you to help me.
Me help you?
Listen carefully to what I tell you.
buzz, buzz. Now don't be afraid, Tom.
Gee, I'm not afraid, at least not with you around.
In the adjoining room, thugs gloat over a highly successful day. 100 grand, boss.
Not bad. The Blue Beetle and the mayor can't stop us. We can run the city. Joe, that kid's crying again. Make him shut up.
Jeez. Just a child.
What does yous want, brat?
There's a dead man there. As the thug lifts the cover, his eyes almost pop out of their sockets.
The Blue Beetle. Help. Come here, you rat.
Oh, got him, dude. Classic Metal Gear Solid trick. Shout out to fucking Metal Gear Solid. As several thugs rush in, they are met by the Blue Beetle. 1, 2, button your lip. 3, 4, lie on the floor. Got bars?
This time's the last time he'll cause us any trouble.
The gangster pulls the trigger, but just in time, Tom deflects his aim. Let's go, Tom. Him with the fucking butt of a gun? What I missed in the chat here? Ass Milk, as your father, I agree. Your name is cringe, but that's what makes you you. You own it. Be the cringiest anal dearie as a father could possibly want. Ass says, Dad, why'd you name me this? I lost a bet. Or was drunk. Probably both. Episodes, Katie, don't encourage him. Caring dad alpha? Wow. Wow. I'm so confused why it's milk, says Brian. Was ass milk already taken? Or did you get banned once like dicks, huh? This is, twice, actually. Yeah, same here, Apples. Rest in peace, dicks. 2 X's. He's getting a little moment of silence here, guys. Okay. Apples was there for the rebirth. OG Zucker. There's an ass milk. It's me. I forgot my password, says ass milk. Wow. Happens a lot, though. Happens a lot. That's not true, Dix. Respect Dix's memory. Okay.
Boss X has run outside.
Racing downstairs, the pair arrives just in time to see a motorboat leaving. There's Boss X.
He's getting away.
The Blue Beetle divests his heavy male costume. Don't worry, Tom won't get away.
Gee, you look awful strong.
Ooh, guys, I don't know about this. The Blue Beetle executes a perfect dive as he cuts the water's surface. Oh, he's good at everything. Also, he's like bald in that shot. That's amazing. I think it was Dick Sucker with 1 X. Yeah, Dick Sucker into Dick Zucker. With powerful strokes, the Blue Beetle slips smoothly through the splashy water. Splashy water. He's a tall-ass dude, ass milk. But again, this is also a child. This guy is a child there.
Blast him. He's gaining.
In a few minutes, the Blue Beetle overtakes the speedy boat. All out.
Help. I can't swim.
Here he is, Tom.
Boy, you were swell.
The police chief receives a call which highly excites him. What's that? The Blue Beetle on Ronald's Island? Yes, but who in blazes are you? On Ronald's Island, the Blue Beetle has the situation well in hand. Here come the police. Ahoy there! Pretty cool shot there. Let's get a zoom in on that. They actually had an island fortress. That's actually crazy. Pretty cool. I hope that Dix doesn't get banned again. Okay. I'll have to be going now, Tom. Thanks for saving my life.
Aw, gee, it was nothing. So long, Blue Beetle.
Continue the adventures of the Blue Beetle in the next issue. With Boss X and gang behind bars, the city can once again use electricity safely. Boss X has given us the location of all the time bombs he had planted in the city. Fine work. The mayor is the happiest man in the city. My boy, are you all right?
Sure, Dad. Gee, I had a swell time.
Wow. We also find Dan and Mike briskly walking along their beat. Still trying to catch the Blue Beetle, eh, Mike? Sure, and that I am, Dan. What will you get when you get him? Will you call me up? Ha, that I will, Danny boy, that I will. By the sly look on Mannigan's face, it seems as though he knows something, or does he? Don't miss the next issue of Blue Beetle. That's sick. Maybe he knows that Dan's a Blue Beetle after all, huh? Wow. Guys, this has been a lot of fun tonight. Reading some old-ass comics. It's now 2:30 in the morning. I'm probably going to end it here. What a crazy night of Mario Kart action and comic book action. It's been a hoot and a half. Let me do a few things here before I end the stream. Let's bring this up again. Blop, blop, repopulate. Repopulate. Show me that, show me that, show me that. Don't show that, though. Or that. That's probably fine. Wow. I'm hungry. I'm tired. Guys, we just wrapped up a long night of Mario Kart action and comic book action. I'm plumb tuckered out. I'm going to end it here. Yeah, Blue Beetle's kind of cool, dude. Actually, I'm quite fascinated by this, having just watched Zorro, that silent film, and then coming to this comic immediately after that. It's interesting to see how, you know, one of my favorite characters of all time, Batman, whose game we're also playing, by coincidence, has taken a lot of inspiration from these classic characters. Apple's like, oh my god. Sorry, Apple. I didn't mean to jump out at you like that. Let's get a preview of the next panel here. Uh-oh. What's happening here? Pretty cool artwork. These comics are from the 30s. They're really, really old. And they're just beautiful. Very well preserved, good colors, and pretty well scanned as well. Join us next time when Blue Beetle has to fight Q from Third Strike. That'd be fun. I'd watch that crossover. Guys, as usual, if you guys enjoy hanging out, want to keep the channel online, check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/Vencabot. I stream full-time. You know, I stream here at least 5 nights a week, if not more. It's a lot. When the stream ends, we're going to stream all night long. I'm pretty busy, and you guys make that possible through Twitch subs, through Patreon. It means a lot to me. I really enjoy streaming. It's something that I think is pretty cool. A lot of fun going and watching old movies and reading old comics and, you know, playing old games. It's something that's been very interesting in my life these last few years. I do be streaming, Katie. I do be streaming hella streaming. They change hands a lot. The story gets wild, says Apples. Yeah, I think that I saw that it changes publishers a lot. Next episode is Blue Beetle versus the Beatles, huh? That'd be pretty interesting. That's a little bit before their time, though. I'm going to call it a night here, come back tomorrow with Batman Arkham Asylum and some, of course, Zelda Ocarina of Time. Sleep well, guys. Have a good night. I'll be available on Discord and Twitter and wherever else you guys want to get a hold of me. I will see you guys more formally tomorrow. Peace out. What a night. Thank you, as always, to our Twitch subs and patrons. Those make the stream possible. If not for these fine folks, I couldn't possibly afford to, you know, eat and drive and that sort of thing. Thank you so much to our Patreon Black Knights, people like Decoy Mandis, John Hernandez, Your Salty Face, and Zanzu. Of course, Zanzu is a supporter of this channel in a way that can never be repaid. Thank you to our Fearless Hound, Audrey Apple, Dit Sucker, Good Vibe City, Great Gamer UK, Max, Michael Hinkle, Mune XP, and Sin Theory. Thank you to the Shady winners, Ash, Lethal Mazera, Brandon Williams, Foul Mill, GK Lai, Juna Anon, Coolahan, Kyle Glass, Leon Madison, Mum Blues, Ricardo Garcia, Rufio Jones, Subtastic, Tony Glasher, and Toxic Vamp. Thank you to the young guys. It's $1 a month. Benjamin J. Harkins, D. Scott, Dapper Dons, Edward Kent Perez, Herb Durkin, I'm Joy Cruz, Kaiju, and Kenfinite. Thank you to our Twitch subs as well, even though Twitch takes half every sub. It's kind of a drag. Twitch goes really hard with their portion they take from every single subscription. So Patreon goes a little bit further if you want to make your dollar, you know, have more value. But it's still very much appreciated. Thank you to our Black Knight, Zanzu, and our Fritos Havels, Big Nasty, Eboff the Chill, N Cruz, and Stoles Cold, Ryan Meyer. Thank you to the Shady winners of the Amazon Prime free sub tier and the gift sub tier and the $5 sub tier. People like AC Slayer 3S, Amplitude Music, Arteus, Ash, Lethal, Stuffy Muffin, Audrey Apple, Bashful, Beastie Boy Jr., Blue Abs, Bot Vencabot. Shout out to Bot Vencabot. Thank you, Apples, for that gift sub. Broken PSX, Brother New FTC, Carol Bastion, that's Wolford, Convias, Chumpet, Crazier Stairs 3S, Crime Alley 3S, Crooked Tricking, Cycle Step, Decoy Man, Dick Sucker, D Scott, KC2CAD, Eddie Greenheart, Field of Madness 1. First Opus FPA Brian, XFPA Eddie, Gaming Zone AZ, Grammy Herb Durkin, I am Gatbug, I am the Weatherman in Silo, J-Bomb, 1901, Kaiju is Dead, Cairo Vatica, KD Alpha, Keylinks, Kyosuke, KG the Legend, Kashik 3S, Knuckle Dust, Cozy Pro, Coolahan, El Grinta, Long Legs, Lost Ark Video Games, Mutant Experience, Neon Riot 4, Nigris Jones, Metis Templar, Omega Urian, Optimus Style, Orion 209, Overlord Steve, Poppy Kulo, Play Decay, Quinifer, Raging Mage Sage, Rakurai UK, Shiva Jones, Sin Theory, Sneak 8288, Solvable Group, Squatmaster Phil, Sugar Pixie, Task Force Files, TFD, Yeezus, The Shen, The Tomebox, 3 Venge, Timeless GFX, Toxic Vamp, Trunks 8479, V Roski, Whitfield 20, and Yogabrain 3S. What a night. Oh, you're gonna stream a Mario Maker Key? That's fucking godly. I'll be swinging by, dude.
There's a lot.
Pleasure having you, Dicks. Good night, Apples. Silent reading over. Sorry, ass milk.
You want to try and sift through this?
They retconned Dan Garrett, I'm pretty sure. Dan Garrett is the canonical one, huh? Yo, Dix knows about that kind of stuff? Didn't know that. I don't have the Ethernet adapter, so my connection is probably ass, but I'll give it a shot, huh? Don't do that. Me and Apple tried to play multiplayer one time, and it was so rough. Multiplayer has got the worst netcode. Have you played that level Krim was going on about, huh? So Kid's gonna stream his attempts. That'd be fun. Oh, I don't know. Katie, in the game's defense, it's been a few months since me and Apples did it. Maybe they improved it in one of their many, many patches. I love this clip. Oh, God! Oh, must be. Oh, yeah, there's a fucking.
Oh, I think it is.
That's true, Dicks.
What?
But like,
Saved my life!
like
Yeah, who's got
stutters and rolls
That's
back
fucking
and all the crazy
amazing.
nonsense.
That's unbelievable.
Oh, is it Apples? Maybe it's because
What
I
was
was
he
on the,
killing
I'm in
you?
Michigan and you're
Dude,
in
he had me in
LA.
a fucking grapple. I
Oh,
was
you got
guaranteed.
teleported out?
I was guaranteed to die.
was like, I'm not in
Teleported
LA.
me out of the grapple.
I'm like,
would have been sure.
Apples, you're in LA. Come on. The tunes, man. The tunes.